Since you're here, I'm going to assume you've already checked out the first video where I broke down destructive criticism, what it is, how to spot it, all that good stuff. If not, you'll definitely want to circle back to that. Right now, I'm going to expand on things to the lesson supplement. How do you know when it's worth responding to criticism? And if you do decide to respond, what's the best way to handle it without losing your mind? I split this into a few sections to keep things simple and to the point, so let's not waste any time. First up, let's break down some scenarios where responding might actually do you some good. 1. When there's a clear misunderstanding. Picture this. Someone's coming at you with criticism, but you can tell they've missed a key part of what you're going for. They're confused and that's led to their negative conclusion. So, why would you respond here? First off, it's a chance to clear things up. Not just for them, but for everyone else who might have the same confusion. It's also a solid moment to explain your perspective or what you're really trying to do with your work. For example, let's say someone says your story lacks character development, but they've missed that you actually have a lot of backstory woven in, just more subtly. This is your chance to clue them in. You can start a dialogue and you can figure out more if the issue is in your execution or them. 2. When the criticism is actually constructive. Sometimes the feedback isn't flattering, but deep down, it's got some useful nuggets you can work with. So why would you respond here? You might be able to dig out some valuable insights or actionable advice that helps you level up. Plus, it just shows that you're open to feedback and serious about improving your craft. For example, maybe a reviewer says your pacing is all over the place, but they point out specific moments that things are getting dragged down. You take that and run with it. 3. When a critic is part of your target audience. If the criticism is coming from someone who's right at the heart of the target audience, it's worth paying attention. This is a chance to get real insight into what your audience is looking for, which can help you connect better. Engaging could also build a relationship with them, potentially turning a negative situation into a positive. 4. When the criticism is going public and gaining traction. Now, if the negative feedback is starting to spread, and it could actually hurt your reputation, that's a good time to step in. Addressing it head on can help manage the situation before it gets out of hand and stop any misinformation in its track. Also, it's a great opportunity to show professionalism and maturity by dealing with it thoughtfully. 5. When you see potential for a constructive dialogue. Sometimes, the critic isn't just there to tear you down. They're open to a real discussion and might even offer some helpful perspectives. This kind of back and forth could lead to valuable insights that make your work stronger. Plus, it's a chance to foster a supportive community around your work by engaging in a positive way. 6. When it involves your professional relationships. And finally, if the criticism comes from a peer, collaborator, or someone who's got some weight in your industry, it's worth engaging. It helps maintain your professional relationship and shows you're serious about what you do. It could even open doors for future opportunities and collaborations. Now, before we jump into replying to negative criticism, it's important to take a step back and think about whether engaging is actually worth your time. Not every piece of feedback deserves your attention, and sometimes the most empowering move is just to let it slide. So, here are 4 key things to mull over before you decide to respond. 1. Get a read on the critic's intent. Are they genuinely trying to help you get better, or are they just offloading their own negativity? Pay attention to what they're saying. Constructive criticism usually offers specific examples and keeps it respectful, even when they're pointing out flaws. On the flip side, destructive critics might throw around harsh words, insults, or vague generalizations that don't really help out. And sometimes, people project their own issues or biases onto others. Recognizing this can help you not take it to heart. Figuring out their intent helps you decide if responding can lead to a meaningful convo or if it's just going to be a waste of time or energy. Engaging with folks who generally want to help can actually boost your work, while getting into it with trolls just drains you. 2. See if it aligns with your goals. Does the critique line up with your creative vision and the areas you're looking to improve? Think about whether their feedback touches on things you're already working on. If they're highlighting something you've been unsure about, it might be worth considering. And if their criticism clashes with your core values or the deliberate choices you've made, it might not be relevant. For example, you shouldn't have to change your unique style just to make everyone happy. Zeroing on the feedback that actually relates to your goals means you're investing energy where it counts, instead of getting sidetracked by opinions that don't really matter. 3. Evaluate the chances of a productive dialogue. Is talking to this critic likely to lead to something constructive? See if they seem open to a real discussion. Critics who ask questions or thoughtfully share their views are usually up for a positive exchange. Have they offered valuable insights before, or are they known for stirring the pot? Watch out for folks who thrive on conflict. Engaging with them can blow up and overshadow your work. Your time and peace of mind are precious. Engage only when there's a good chance of a positive outcome that protects both of you. And 4, check in with yourself. Are you in the right headspace to handle this interaction calmly and constructively? Notice how you're feeling. If you're upset, stressed, or feeling defensive, it's easy to react in a way that you might regret. Besides, there's no rule saying that you have to respond right away. Taking a breather can help you craft a thoughtful reply, or decide not to reply at all. And, of course, you can lean on your support system. Maybe chat with a trusted friend or a mentor who can give you some perspective and help you process what you're feeling. Responding when you're not in the right frame of mind can lead to reactions you'll wish to take back, so make sure you're composed helps you keep it professional and protect your own well-being. If, after considering these factors, you've decided it's worth responding, here's a step-by-step guide to handle it like a pro. 1. Stay cool and collected. Pause before replying to ensure you're in the right headspace, and keep it respectful and professional. 2. Acknowledge their perspective. A simple thanks for sharing your thoughts can go a long way. Even if you disagree, acknowledging their feelings can diffuse tension. 3. Address specific points. Tackle their concerns directly without unnecessary fluff. If there's a misunderstanding, gently correct it. 4. Keep it public or private appropriately. If the criticism is public, a public response shows others how you handle feedback. And for sensitive issues, suggest continuing the conversation privately. 5. Set boundaries if needed. If the critic crosses the line, it's okay to assertively but politely address it. For example, I appreciate feedback, but personal insults are not acceptable. And 6. Know when to bow out. If the conversation isn't productive, it's okay to end it. For instance, just for a graceful exit. Thanks again for your feedback. I'll keep that in mind. None of this is mind-blowing, but hey, most important things in life often aren't.